Hello, everyone. It is Lady Starfire again. And today I want to talk to you about all you wonderful people that like to go out to cemeteries. You know, there's several of us that enjoy doing that, and that's fine. But there are some safety precautions that you need to do. It's not something that kids just need to go out and, ooh, this is cool, and, ooh, let's take a Ouija board out there and talk to some spirits. You're asking for a lot of trouble. The reason I'm having this talk with you today is because there seems to have been a large influx of this. Excuse me. I just had a young lady here yesterday that one of her good friends had, who was only 18, had gotten talked into going out there with some older friends, of his. And they allowed him, number one, to drink until he was extremely drunk. They were on a Ouija board, and now he was having all sorts of problems. The woman, was nice enough to try to help him. She came in to, figure out what all she needed to try to get, give him some help because he brought home some hitchhikers. And this is a lot of what does happen, when you go playing around in a cemetery and you don't know what you're doing. Now, for those that are experienced and truly know how to protect themselves, while they're there and once they leave, then, it can be an interesting experience. Ouija boards really do not belong there. If you are able to connect with spirits, you will be able to speak with them without one, and it would be much safer that way. As a general rule, well, the main thing that wants to come through, most spirit boards are going to be your demons or, darker spirits. And I'll get into that whole conversation in another video. But for now, I want to talk about just going out to cemeteries. Now, whether you're going out there just to explore, to see what spirits you might see or hear or commune with, you still have to be safe. Because there are things out there that will follow you home. There are things that can harm you. And then there are those things that can make you hurt yourself. So, but in the meantime, you need to wear oils. You need to take, a protective bath. I recommend sandalwood sea salt. Oil blends of different things that can help protect you. Protection oils, uncrossing oils, King Solomon oils. There's several different ones and combinations that you can use that will help keep things, at bay from attaching to you while you're there. And of course, you put these things on, prior to going. Don't go by yourself. And please don't ever take anyone out there or go yourself if, where there are any type of mental issues, severe depression, clinical depression, things like this. That person can be dangerous not only to themselves, but also to you and anyone else there. They're very susceptible. They get very drawn in to these people, to the spirits and to the darkness and things, because that helps feed that depression. So, know the people that you're going with, know the people that you're taking. Going out to the cemetery to commune with spirits is not for the faint of heart. It's not one of those things, ooh, let's just go have fun in the cemetery. Number one, you also need to check your state and local laws, because there are a lot of cemeteries, in a lot of towns and stuff that it's illegal to be in after dark. Hence one of the reasons they have gates up around them, fences and gates. So make sure, because you can be arrested being in a cemetery after dark if it is illegal in your town. Now, that being said, for, the pagan people out there that maybe want to go out and do some type of ritual at a cemetery. Well, this, runs into another issue, because once again, you're opening up a sacred space. You've got to be careful, what comes in, what goes out, make sure that you, properly close that, circle, all, that sort of thing. Once again, make sure it's legal for you to be there. Also, make sure what's legal to have there. Athames are a lot of times are not legal to have, period. Yes, you can fight it's a ritual item, but is it worth fighting, going to court, going to jail, having it, taken from you and that sort of thing. Is it really worth it, going through all of that? Or would it not be better to maybe use a wand or something of that sort if you really feel the need to go out there? Now, there are times for those that know what they're doing where you've got people that have gone out. I refer to them as the sex, drugs, and rock and roll wannabe Satanist people. These kids, they go out and they draw inverted pentagrams and they, think they're calling on demons and Satan and whatever. Well, the problem is that, they end up opening up portals that they don't, that they shouldn't. They don't know what they're doing. Most of the time they probably get scared and run away. So that leaves these things open. And then there are people like me and others like me that have to go out and clean up their messes. Okay, so there are reasons for sometimes having to create sacred space and do different things to take care of that. But as a general rule, I don't recommend just going out and casting circle in a cemetery. Once again, you could end up in jail or just, detained for a very long period of time, carrying, and having magical tools, books of shadows, things like that in your vehicle. When this happens, what ends up happening is now you're going to have a bunch of cops going through all of your stuff. They're going to be laughing at you. They're going to be harassing you, various things. And yes, this has happened. And hence one of the reasons that I have this talk. I've known of this to have happened to someone, personally. And they went through hours. I think it was like 8 hours of being grilled by these cops in this little town because they decided to go out to a cemetery and they were carrying all their magical tools in the trunk of their car. So once again, as I was saying, just use your head, use some common sense and think about what you're doing and think about what the possible consequences are before you do it. Now, once again, as I was saying, I've told you about the precautions before you go. And once again, make sure that you do all these things before you go. Now, upon leaving a cemetery, no matter what you've been doing out there, I don't care if you went out there to visit your, great-grandparents' grave. When you leave, you want to make sure, because number one, you're a magical person, so therefore things will attach to you a little quicker. You need to make sure that nothing follows you. So there are, and especially if you've been out there, doing any type of magical workings, if you were by any chance using a spirit board, especially, that be sure you close it properly. And then as you leave, you have to sweep away, your trail. Don't just get in your car and drive home, because things will follow you there. And then you're going to wonder why things are falling off your wall, why you're having bad dreams, why you feel like you're being attacked in your sleep, why, basically your world has gone to crap. So, sweep away your trail as you're driving away. Yes, it's called, picture a astral broom on the back of your car sweeping away your trail. Also, you can bubble up your car. But don't go home. Go to Walmart, go to a Waffle House, go anywhere and stay for, at least 10 or 15 minutes. Go out and eat, whatever. Just, make a detour, be gone, somewhere else, 2 or 3 different places. It doesn't matter as long as you, go different routes and you don't just go straight home. Because now, as you stop places, things are going to get off and go, hey, this is boring. This isn't where we want to go. And they'll usually end up going back where they were. And so, but, like I said, just go, go different places, then go home. Excuse me. I don't know how many people have contacted me because they have, nasty little things at their house and they can't figure out why. Well, and through further investigation, what I find out is they've been going to cemeteries, going ghost hunting. This ghost hunting thing, it isn't just a really cool thing to do. I mean, we all know there's ghosts at cemeteries. It's supposed to be a resting place for that body. So a lot of times the spirits stay there because they're not ready to move on, or they're stuck there for some reason. If you really want to do something, go and help them find their way, across through the veil so that they can, ascend and come back into the next lifetime. or go to wherever that spirit is supposed to be. But just going out to treat ghosts like this at an amusement park, that's not being fair to them either. So think about these things, before you do it. If you just want to go ghost hunting, go to one of the old mental hospitals if you're that brave, and go, hey, I want to check you out. Go to known, haunted houses, whatever. Still, even if you go to them, be sure to protect yourself. Treat it just like you would a cemetery. So the main thing is you just need to be safe. Use your head, use common sense. And if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. Get with somebody that truly does, but make sure they really know what they're doing, or, it can be dangerous for everybody involved. And if you're ever unsure, you're always welcome to contact me. You can always find me at Charlotte's Mystical Web in Jackson, Tennessee, and I, be more than happy to, give you whatever advice possible. And I would rather you come to me before you do something stupid than after, but I'm still here regardless. So anyway, until the next time, I guess that's, all for right now. Who knows if somebody else comes in with some more on this subject, I may readdress it. And always remember, you might be the one to cause me to make a new video. Have a great day. That's me.